Good morning. I am going to be annotating the first 5 chapters of my book today, and I thought I'd take you guys along with me. But first, before I go dry my hair, get ready and get into it, I probably should explain what annotating actually is. So it's basically just a fancy word for notes. So I'm going to be putting notes from the author, myself, into the first 5 chapters as a pre-order gift to everybody who pre-orders and fills out the pre-order campaign form. And I'm nervous because I thought this would be easy, and after promising it, I realized it's definitely not. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, if I'm being really honest with you guys. Let me show you what I have to decide. So I got my little notes here to self in my phone. So first thing I need to decide is where I'm going to be putting these notes. So the only options are really at the beginning of the chapter or in the margins. And I'm pretty sure, 99.9% sure I want to do in the margins. So that's easy. Number 2, I have to figure out what exactly the notes are going to be about. I was thinking inspiration, character, world, story, whatever. But I did ask on Instagram and I got some more specifics, which was really helpful. Personal things that make me laugh or cry, changes from the first draft to the final draft, my choices and my thought process as I'm going through this. And then my favorite one that I had not thought of and I'm very, very excited to do, making of stuff and visuals. And I got so excited because I have a Pinterest board. So what I'm picturing is, since I promised the first 5 chapters, it's a lot of pages. Actually, hold on, let me look. I have the book right here. I'm just gonna see how many pages that actually is. It's 66 pages. Oh my gosh, that's a big chunk. In case you're why, Bethany, did you do such a big chunk? Well, in my head, I was thinking the first 5 chapters is about what most of the vendors will be showing anyway once the book is published, and readers will be able to go read that amount. So I wanted to give the same amount but make it special. But that brings us to point number 3, which is how the heck am I going to do this? And in the past, one time I did try to do annotated chapters. I was just testing it out. I didn't promise it or actually follow through, but I tried to photocopy the page in my book and then actually physically write in the margins, and I was just going to send 1 or 2 pages that way, and I could not get the printer to work, so I just gave up. So shout out to Bethany, my critique partner, who recommended I use Canva, and I was like, duh, I love Canva. How did I not think of that? Oh my gosh. If you're curious, I do have videos on Canva. I've made maps in there. I make graphics for all kind of marketing. I make my YouTube thumbnails in there. I've even made book covers as placeholders or for short stories and stuff like that. Literally, I use it for everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, of course I can use this, because there's a PDF feature, so I can do everything in Canva and then download it as a PDF. So that's the big picture. But really quick, I'm gonna go dry my hair and think about how to actually put it into action and bring you guys along with me as I try to figure this out. Okay, back, and as I was drying my hair, it occurred to me that I really need to get this done today because it is November 9th today and the release is December 5th. And originally my goal was to send out these early annotated chapters about a month before release. So I'm already a few days past that deadline. And it's just, I really wanted them to not only be annotated, but also be early. It's a big job because again, we just looked and discovered it was 66 pages, but step 1 actually on my list here is to resize it. So I'm playing with sizes. I need to keep playing with it because I need it to be readable, right? So I'm thinking about bringing what they call that chapter header up a little bit just so that it's less pages, but it still is a readable font size. Although of course it's going to be online, so people could zoom in if they wanted to. So first I'm going to resize in the manuscript here, and then I'm going to try to find the right size in Canva to put that page in while still having some sort of good margin on the sides, maybe just one side. I don't know, I gotta play with it. I already tried your typical paper size, 8 by 11 I think it is, or something like that, and that didn't work. And then I tried 8 by 10, but I think it needs to get even skinnier for it to have margins in Canva. So I think what I'm gonna do is make it paper size in Canva, but then skinnier in the Word doc. And then what I have to do is take a picture of every single page, put it into Canva and work from there, but I'm not gonna do all the pages until I feel like I found the right size, and I've done a few other tests first. So we're just gonna do like maybe the first and second page just to do a test run. Step 2 is going to be figuring out how I want to add my notes. So I'm thinking like a fun, colorful speech bubble style, and then I want the writing to look kind of like handwriting so that it still feels more personal. I might have to make a speech bubble. I don't know. We'll see what Canva has for options and then see what we come up with. But I personally think it'd be fun to add more pops of color. So anything where I can actually edit the color and change it up from page to page, that would be my favorite and my preference. But of course, I could do a more simple version too. Like originally, I was just going to just do the text in the margins, but I just love the idea of adding color to it. Step 3 is to actually test it out with a real annotated note. And I do have one that I kind of prepped. It's a long one, but I'll show you guys and give you an example. So once I have like a speech bubble the way I want it, and the text the way I want it, and the paper size the way I want it, I'm gonna try to figure out if there's enough space in the margins for stuff like this. And then step 4 is actually gonna be to do the same thing, but with visuals, because in case it wasn't clear at the beginning of this video, I am very excited to be able to pull in some of my Pinterest photos, my inspiration. I'm gonna probably have to go back to the Stolen Kingdom Pinterest board, because I think I actually technically started out a lot of my inspiration for Jin and that world over there. And then I also have a secret board for the secret gift. Once I have it the way I want it, step 5 is going to be to add all the pages into Canva. So it's kind of like just busy work where I'm just gonna be screenshotting every single page and then inputting that into Canva, making sure they're in the right order. And then the last step, step 6, is going to be obviously going through all that, basically reading my way through it and adding whatever notes come up to me and adding visuals. Maybe leave myself little notes for where I want to put images if I think of them, but I don't know if it's going to take one pass or 2 or more. I'm hoping just one pass through, because like I said, I would love to send this out today, but we have to see how good my memory is, because I don't always remember things. I can just see myself sitting there like, how did I come up with this character in this world? I don't remember, and I'm not gonna make stuff up. So if I don't remember, I will probably pull in some of that Pinterest stuff, because honestly, that's probably how I did come up with them anyway. And yeah, I'm just gonna have fun with it and see what happens. Oh, and I also had a little note to self where I thought it'd be fun if there's ever just margins that didn't quite get filled up. If I've done text and done visuals and there's still more space to be filled up, I'm thinking I could put in some fun doodles maybe from Canva. We'll see how that works out. Interrupting this video briefly for a quick word from our sponsors. I'm personally sponsoring this book, which is a young adult fantasy inspired by some of your favorite fairy tale villains, such as the Evil Queen in Snow White, the Evil Fairy in Sleeping Beauty, and the Evil Fairy in the Beauty and the Beast story. If you pre-order The Secret Gift and fill out the form linked below, you will receive the first 5 chapters of the story with fun notes from the author, aka me, a sticker sheet for readers. I already used mine, so I can't show you. A signed book plate to go inside your copy, an invitation to my private book release live stream party on release day. We're going to celebrate, and of course there will be a replay link, and an entry to win a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. If you're still not convinced, even though that's like a $15 value for only like $3, then I guess you could also go and check out the online sneak peek of the story, where you can read the first few chapters of the book for free on vendors like Google Play and Apple. And once the book is released, all the vendors pretty much. You can take a peek, and I'd recommend it, because I personally think if you start reading, hopefully you won't be able to stop. Back to the video. Once I'm happy with everything and how it looks, the second to last step is going to be to download that whole entire thing that I put together as a PDF document, which Canva has an option to do. And then, last but not least, I'm sure you guessed it, is the step where I actually send it out to all of my people who have pre-ordered. So I'm going to do that in 2 different ways. The first way is everybody who's already signed up and submitted their proof of purchase in the pre-order campaign. I am going to immediately email them this PDF so they can start reading. It's going to be super fun. I can't wait. And then the second step is that I want it to be automatic, so I don't have to manually send this out every time. So I'm going to set it up within the pre-order campaign so that when somebody submits their proof of purchase and they've successfully filled out the form correctly, then they will immediately get a link to download this chapter. And I don't know exactly when this video is coming out, but this will be available all the way up until my release on December 5th. So I will link the secret gift campaign form below if you want to pre-order and support my book and help me out as an author, and then get tons of freebies in return like this, as well as a bunch of other fun gifts that I've created for everybody who pre-orders and helps me out, because pre-orders really help authors a lot. I think most readers don't even know just how much. So I am doing this as a thank you for supporting me, and I really, really, really hope you like them. I'm going to give you just a tiny sneak peek of how these annotated chapters turned out. I'm super excited, and I hope you guys enjoy reading them. It was so much fun to make them. Until next time, I hope you have an awesome day, and I hope you pre-order and fill out the campaign form below to get this fun gift. Let me know in the comments if you did get it and what you think. I'm super excited. I want to hear from you. Let me know. And if you decide to do annotated chapters for yourself, let me know how it goes for you. And until next time, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye.